What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Loading Podcast, episode 31. My name is AJ.
And my name is Arthur. It's April 18th, 2020. It's been a while since we've seen you guys. In that time, happy Easter, even though it's like a week past.
Yeah, Easter already passed, but
still, happy Easter for those of you who have actually celebrated it.
Shouts out to y'all, all six of y'all.
All six
who went Easter hunting this weekend outside.
Yeah, because people are still in quarantine out here.
People are in fact still in quarantine, and we don't know when that's gonna end. And actually, I think it just got extended. So
yay! Thank you, Corona.
But anyways, before we even get into it, I just want to say, guys, if you're familiar with the podcast, if this isn't your first time listening, make sure you go ahead and give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, because that helps us go up in the algorithm, helps us get out to more people. And make sure you check out the video version on YouTube if you haven't already. That's at my YouTube channel, at Aaron Ryder. But right now, Arthur,
yes.
How are you doing, my guy?
I am doing pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm doing good as well. I'm pretty sure you know I'm doing good.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
just based off the energy and vibes that I bring to the table.
Oh, of course. No,
but anyways,
can I just say
talk to me.
In 2 days, what's happening?
That's nothing of anyone's concern. It should be happening because what I do with my time is of my own accord. All right.
Alrighty.
But if you're watching this the day the video version comes out, what's up? You know what time it is. But anyways, we got a lot of things to get into today. A couple things. We got a couple things lined up.
We got a couple of things that have happened in the past 2 weeks. Some major stuff, some minor stuff, but it's still worth mentioning.
There was no episode last week, but we actually stacked up on a couple of things, so we might have a pretty decent lineup for you guys today. So, anyways, Indeed. You want to go ahead and get right into it?
Yeah. So first off is the image has finally been released for the PlayStation 5 controller, and it has gotten a lot of people talking. And I want to ask you, AJ, what do you think of the design?
The design is. Well, for me, I really don't care what the design looks like. I would have preferred, if I'm being honest, to see the console and the controller at the same time, because I don't really know how the whole two-tone design aspect of it would fit the actual controller. The console, you know what I mean? Like, I'm assuming the console is also going to have some kind of two-tone finish to it as well. If it's just basing that off the controller. But just taking a closer look at the controller, I did see some interesting things that looked like a positive to me, but like I said, I can't really go off much just looking at a PNG or whatever. So the first thing I immediately noticed when I saw this PlayStation 5 controller, or not the DualShock, the DualSense as they call it.
DualSense.
Yeah, the first thing I noticed that it's substantially bigger than the PS4 controller. In terms of like the height, you know what I mean, and just
it also looks like a lot bulkier.
Yeah, a lot bulkier, and that's not a bad thing because I actually kind of prefer my controllers to be a little on the bulky side. You know what I mean? For the most part, I mean, I have decent sized hands. I just have long fingers.
Yeah.
So when a little bulk never hurt nobody, but PS4 controller felt very comfortable to me. But I'm okay with this bulk going on. I'm glad that we have seen the return of the touchpad.
Yes, because
you know what I mean. I think that's cool.
Yes, I agree.
And did you notice they actually got rid of the LCD on the back and they put it behind the touchpad?
Yeah, I just noticed that now.
That's actually really cool. I don't know how that's gonna affect the like. I'm assuming it's gonna hold some type of similar functionality as the PS4 right now, but the DualShock LCD was pointed not directly towards your face, you know what I mean? When you hold the controller, the lights are gonna be flashing all in your eyes.
Yeah, faces outward.
Especially like if you're playing like GTA 6 or something, when that comes out, you know how like in GTA the lights flash red and blue when you're being chased by the cops, or in different colors in different scenarios. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wonder if that LCD is gonna be annoying to the point where it's gonna be shining in your eyes red and blue the whole time. What if you got glasses on? That's just gonna reflect in your shit. It's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if you're playing at night too.
Yeah,
but if dark.
For sure. But I feel like if this is anything to the regular DualShock 4, they're gonna have some type of dim sensor on it, so you can actually turn down the power of the LCD behind it. But it's overall very sleek design. I'm not a crazy big fan of the two-tone design. I would have preferred if they reversed it, actually. If they made the majority of it black and they made that little lower part white, that would have been cooler to me. That would have looked nicer. But if you know, when it comes out, if I see it in all black, I'm getting it all black. And that's just how I feel.
Oh, yeah. Like, me personally, I would, if they have an all-black option, it just looks nicer, in my opinion.
True. Looks a little sleeker, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a little sleeker. I will say for the controller, one thing that I am looking forward to is, because you mentioned how this controller is like, it looks different in the fact that it's like bulkier, it looks bigger than almost like any other controller PlayStation has done. It really reminds me of like a 360 controller in the sense that it really is like bigger.
It's bigger like a 360 controller, but the analog is still in that classic PlayStation location.
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to
honestly
see, like,
I think after playing on Xbox and then playing on like PlayStation, I feel like I don't really understand how, like when people say like, oh, it's hard for me to adjust like the analog, like how to hold your controller with the analog on both sides like that. Some Xbox players are just used to keeping it like that. But when I first got my PlayStation and I transitioned over from that analog from the Xbox over to PlayStation, I honestly didn't really feel any sort of difference or any sort of like uncomfortableness at all. It was a very easy transition. So I feel like with this bulkier design is gonna give me even like a little bit of that bulkier thing. I hope there's more distance between the analog sticks. That's the only thing I can say. It looks like it does. So if it has more distance between the analog sticks in between, that, then you know what I mean, that's gonna be beautiful. But yeah,
indeed. I was gonna I hope that because of this bulkier design, it feels more comfortable. Because one thing I will say about the 360 controller is that controller felt so nice, in my opinion. Like
the PS4, yeah.
No, not even the PS4. The PS4 controller felt really good.
Which controller are you talking about? Xbox
360. No, 360.
Oh, the 360. Oh, okay. Taking it back to 2005. Wow.
Hell yeah.
Like that fucking time machine while you're at it.
That controller was probably the most comfortable that I've had. That is until I made it to PS4, and then that controller was also very comfortable. It was smaller than the 360 controller, but that didn't really matter in my opinion. I transitioned really quickly.
You know, the 360 was comfortable, but you know what I noticed when I made that jump from that gen to this gen initially, is that the build of the Xbox One controller and the PlayStation 4 controllers are a lot more sturdier. The Xbox 360 controller to me wasn't that sturdy. I felt like if I squeezed it a little too hard, I could break it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do agree.
Granted, there's people breaking I mean, you could still break the Xbox One and PS4 controllers just as easily if you put that much strength in it. But it's not like I'm trying to break it. You know what I mean?
It's more like the build quality feels.
It's the build quality feels like it feels like it's been out. It feels aged. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel brand new. The 360, because I've actually held the 360 controller in my hand like not even that long ago, really. And yeah, you could just tell like the build quality is just like a little less sturdier. But that honestly comes with the time. But what I really want to get into on this PS5 controller is a couple things that I'm looking at right now. So the first thing that we know about the PS5 controller, the DualSense as they call it, is if you're looking at the image I'm looking at right now, there is a PlayStation button, but it's not a circle anymore. It's actually
it's just like the outline, right?
The outline of the actual PS logo. You know what I mean? And that actually looks cool. I think that's going to be the home button that takes you back to the seeing the main menu or whatever you're looking at. Definitely. And I feel like the button under it is going to be the mute button for the microphone.
Yes,
because if you look under that, there's like a little blue microphone outline right there, and I think that's the actual microphone under the little outline all the way at the bottom. So that's the 3.5 millimeter connector.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if that's the microphone, where would we put our 3.5 millimeter?
Where is the microphone? Where is the microphone? Where is the microphone located? Is it in the speakers?
I don't know.
Actually, no. They wouldn't.
Wouldn't it be that little? Because there's two little circles, but I think that other one above the headphone jack is like a light, isn't it? Or is that supposed to be the mic?
Listen, your guess is as good as mine. This is all speculation. All I know is that there is confirmed to have a mic on the controller, which I feel is a good addition to the PlayStation 5. I feel like that should be mandatory. I feel like they should honestly just stop putting headphones And they should stop putting those shitty little headphones in the consoles.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, they're trash. The microphones on them are trash.
No, you remember
They don't even come with two sides, so it's like you're not even getting like a whole
side.
Yeah, I'm much rather they you know what I'm saying, invest money into having a microphone on the controller than actually having that. Because then people can just use, I mean, who doesn't have any just old pair of headphones lying around that work? You know what I mean? You wouldn't even have to have a microphone on them. You could just use the microphone on the controller. Granted, it's probably going to sound clickety clackety and trash, but you know what I mean? It's still something.
That's the thing. Like, if they're going to have a microphone on the outside of the controller, right? That's going to, I'm assuming that implies that like people can just use it without plugging in like a pair of headphones, right?
Yeah, but what if you
right? Do you think that this mic would have any sort of like noise cancellation to like prevent people from like say for example, if I'm gonna go into a party, right, with just my controller mic, and we're gonna play some games together, is that mic going to capture the audio from my TV and make it like annoying? Because
yes, it probably is. Yes, it is.
That's one thing I'm not looking forward to, in my opinion. Me personally, I don't like to hear other people's games, and I always try to make it so that people can't hear mine because I just think that's annoying.
Me neither, but I feel like most people have headphones, so as long as you can use the mic on the controller while plugging in headphones that may or may not have a microphone, I feel like you'll be fine.
Yes, and I hope that even if you have like headphones with mics, maybe PlayStation has the option where it's like, oh, would you like to use the microphone built in the controller, or would you like to use the microphone that's inside your headset?
Oh no, I definitely feel like they would have something like for that, because on the PlayStation 4 now, if anyone has a camera, when you hook it up and you disconnect your actual microphone or your headset, it'll actually, if you want to switch over to the mic on the camera. So I'm assuming there's going to be something similar to that. Oh, okay. But another thing that I really want to touch on is that now this controller actually has they've actually mentioned something about a new trigger system and a whole different kind of rumble system, but we can't really speak on that because I can't really get a good look at the triggers from this position. Let me look at a different photo.
There's another image that is right here, and I can see the triggers.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it. Definitely the trigger design and the bumper design is a lot different than on the PS4 controller, because it is kind of, on the PS4 there's like a little there's something in between the bumper and the triggers that don't have that same feel or look as the DualSense, I should say.
Also, I don't know if it's just me, but like in the other controllers that PlayStation's had, you know where the triggers are, right? The L2 and the bumpers are.
Yep.
They seem to protrude out, like just straight out. Like,
they do.
Yeah, because if you take a look at your your PlayStation 4 controller, like the controller itself has like a place, like a little slot where they have both the trigger and the bumpers. Here, it's just like those.
That reminds me of a PS3 controller.
Yeah.
Remember how the PS3 controller was, where it would protrude out a lot, and some of it was the actual plastic housing, but like it would have that same effect. You know what I mean? So I see that they kind of just took the same idea from the PS3 controller and then just removed that plastic housing that's like protruding upwards and just replaced that with more bumper. And you know what? I like it. More bumper has never been a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree. You know what's something that I would like though too?
What's up?
I hope, this is just a personal preference of mine, I hope that the buttons, including the bumpers and the triggers, are like clickier. If that's even a word.
There's a whole lot of things we could talk about. Honestly, like we haven't even mentioned the fact that the DualSense is going to be charging off a USB-C.
Oh, that's going to be so good. We're finally updating. Also,
hopefully there'll be some type of fast charge capability too, because I know how annoying it is. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What's up?
Oh no. Sorry, man. I didn't want to cut you off there too. I was gonna say, like, instead of a share button, you mentioned that it was a create button.
Yeah, that's what I read in the article. It's not. It doesn't say create on the actual controller as I'm looking at right now, but we have talked about this in previous episodes where we've talked about what would we like to see from the PS5 in terms of like share functionality.
Yeah,
I've mentioned I would like to see maybe 1080p video that you can upload, maybe faster uploading speeds. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Yeah, but also, besides that, what's up?
I was gonna say, like, the more that I look at the controller, the more that I kind of really wish, like, it's like the same idea as you, where it's like the dual tone color scheme that they have. I kind of prefer they just have like one singular color scheme, whether it's white or black.
Yeah, and also I was gonna say, you notice how they kind of did away with the PlayStation colors, right? on the actual face buttons. There's no more colors on it.
Yeah, it's just.
There's no blue. There's no purple. There's no red. There's no.
It's just white
green.
or black.
It's white or black, and you got a blue like LED. There you go. You know what I mean? But like anyways, I don't really care too much on how the controller looks. I just really want to see how it feels.
Yeah.
One thing that I also kind of want to mention, going back to the microphone, because you notice how there is a speaker on the PS5 controller, right?
Yeah, just like the PlayStation 4 controller.
I hope that in moments of gaming, where how they kind of incorporate sounds coming out of the controller, I hope that doesn't affect the actual microphone quality. Like you know what I mean? Like if you're playing Call of Duty, like for instance, right? What if I'm playing Call of Duty 2023, right? And I'm running off you know what I'm saying, that broke boy that broke boy kind of setup, you know what I mean, and I don't have an actual mic, and you know what I mean, and someone I have headphones in, but or oh no, what if I don't have headphones in and someone throws a grenade and it comes out of the speaker and it just air rapes everyone in the lobby? Will that be an issue? You know what I mean? Oh
my god, yeah. And then imagine, like, say for example, we're playing GTA 6 and you get a phone call all of a sudden, and then everyone just gets ear raped at like some character in the game that's just talking to you through the fucking speaker in the phone.
Yeah, I want to know if like it's gonna be like have that type of functionality to where it's intelligent enough to not use the speakers in times of using the microphone. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not gonna be using the mic because I got my own fucking mic. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Anyway.
I have my own headset that I use, and it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier with like, is the microphone going to be like intelligent enough? Well, you were saying how it's the speaker and how it's going to be intelligent enough to like not do that if you have the microphone set in.
I hope so.
Yeah, I just say I hope that maybe the mic is powerful enough that they can cancel out some of that noise. Like, you know, most modern phones, like I've noticed, when you have like a speaker call, right? And the other person on the other end, if you play like a YouTube video out loud, the microphone doesn't capture it at all. Even though it's playing from the speaker, like the speaker from the phone.
We'll see. You know what I mean? We think about these kind of things, but I don't know if the company thinks about these kind of things. So
we can only hope that they do. But anyway.
But anyways, yeah. The controller looks alright. Like I want to see the console next. To be honest.
Agreed. I
feel like I wouldn't even honestly. They didn't even need to show us this. To be honest, they could have just saved it for when they actually decided to show us the console.
It's weird. It's almost as if they're showing like parts that lead up to the console reveal. Like first they showed the specs, now they revealed the controller, and
didn't they do that same shit with the PS4?
I think so. It's been 7 years, dude.
It's been a minute. I don't know, but yo. Anyways, I think it's time that we should move on. We've talked quite a lot about this new controller.
We talked about the PlayStation controller, but now it's time to talk about an upcoming game that, you know, it's eventually going to come out, or at least we have rumors. So, I remember you were telling me this the other day, and GTA 6 was apparently trending on Twitter for a little bit, and apparently it's because it was an article that came out saying that GTA 6 is now in early development.
Apparently GTA 6 is now in early development. What do you have to say about this?
First off, I'll have to say, if I'm gonna be honest, about time. In all honesty, because I think GTA 6 is long overdue considering the success that GTA 5 is. But then at the same time, I can also see.
Okay, all right. No.
I was gonna say, like, given the success that GTA 5 has and it's online, I could understand them probably like leaving it like for a while later. I'm just happy that there is development of GTA 6 because GTA 5 is already 7 years old at this point, and I kind of want something brand new.
All right, you done?
Yeah.
All right, this is right on time. This is right on time for Rockstar, to be honest. This is right on time. They put out like 2 games every decade, bro.
True.
And they already did their decade. They did GTA 5 and they did Resident Evil. I mean, they did Resident Evil. They did Red Dead Redemption 2.
And when GTA 5 even wasn't really a real next gen game.
I didn't say it has to be on a specific gen. I just said they do
I'm just
2
saying
games a decade.
I know. I was just saying that.
They do 2 games a decade.
At this point, it seems like they're just doing 1 game a fucking generation and 2 games a decade.
I mean, that may be the case. That may not be the case. We don't know.
True.
We don't know. We've seen a lot of shit talk. We've seen a lot of rumors about Bully 2 coming out. We've seen a lot of rumors about some other Rockstar games that the fans really, really want. And all I gotta say is fuck all that shit. Give me GTA 6.
Yeah, seriously.
But no, this is not overdue in any way, shape, or form.
Well, for
this
me,
this is right on time.
For me personally, it is just because I'm tired of GTA 5 at this point. But
Nigga, you've been tired of GTA 5.
I know.
This is right on time.
I know. That's why I say for me.
Now let me tell you why this is right on time. It's not right on time because you think it's right on time. It's right on time because that's how they operate. That's how they always have operated, and that's how they always will operate. If anyone knows how Rockstar works, you know Rockstar doesn't care what anybody thinks. They don't care about any fucking demands. They do shit when they want to do shit. If anything, you should be happy that they didn't turn into fucking Steam and Half-Life that shit.
Oh, thank goodness.
You better be grateful, nigga.
I am
7 years. 7 years is like 3 years to Rockstar, bro. What is 7 years to Rockstar? 7 years ain't shit.
You're right. So I'm glad that at least.
When was the last? When did GTA 4 come out?
2008. And then GTA 5 came out 5 years later.
5 years later. That's light, bro.
Dude, they're doubling the years.
That's light.
First it was 5, now it's 7.
They doubling the years, but they're giving you excess like infinite amount of time that can be spent on these games. So it's like
true. Yeah, that's why I was more thinking like, yeah, they put a lot of effort.
Listen, this is right on time. This is right on time. First of all, I wasn't expecting this to come out until. I wasn't even expecting any news of GTA 6 to come out until middle of the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X era. Mm-hmm. I was expecting it to be like one of those games where it's just like, yo, this game's gonna be on 3 fucking generations. It's gonna be on the 360, the PS4, the Xbox One, and then the Series X and PS5, and then maybe at the end of the PlayStation 5 life cycle, or maybe somewhere during the middle, we'll start to get some news about it. But honestly, I'm not stressing. GTA 5 is one of those infinite games. You can get bored in it, but if you do certain things, you'll find things to do every once in a while that may interest you. Overall, just a game of legendary stature, and a game of legendary stature should at least have 10 years of development time.
Yeah.
It's only been 7. No, it's not even. No, it hasn't even been 7. It's not even 7 because it's in early development. It's been 7 since the last game came out, but they don't have to work on it immediately.
In order for it to come out, like it's gonna take a while.
But at the same time, we don't know what else they're working on.
Yeah, they probably could be working on like you said.
In the meantime, while they was working on GTA 5, I mean, during the process when they were getting GTA 5 out the door and they were like pushing the online heavy, they were working on Red Dead Redemption this whole time. You know what I mean? That game was a great game, beautiful graphics, great story. You know what I mean? Like that's I want to see something like that, but I want to see it in a more modern time. The graphics gonna be even crazier now because when it comes out, it's probably gonna be on PS5 and Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Why do I keep saying Xbox One? Because the name is fucking stupid. Yeah. That's why.
Xbox
the name is fucking stupid. Like, but anyways, yeah. Rockstar, right on time.
Yeah. So
I hope we see something soon though. But, yeah.
So now that we have at least like some news that GTA 6 is in development, what is say 1 or 2 things that you would like to see out of GTA 6?
I don't know. And you know what? I don't want to know. I just want Rockstar to do whatever it is that they do. Because they do what they do well.
Yeah.
Just do whatever you do. You know what I mean? And then when you feel like we are worthy enough to see this fucking game, then I guess they can show it to us.
Yeah. I say for me, the only thing that I would like to see would to make most buildings in the game be fully enterable. Like if you see a building, whether it's a fast food restaurant, a business building, you can just go inside of it.
Oh, that's gonna be insane, bro. No way. I don't think they're gonna do that.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool, but then again, Arthur, you know how big the map for GTA 5 is?
I know.
And wait, and if it's GTA 6, that means they're gonna outdo it. You know they're gonna have to outdo it. They're just gonna have to. Yeah. So it's just every single building, that would be way too taxing. Even hypothetically, we're talking a PS5 or Xbox Series, or even a PC, bro. It's it's just gonna be crazy taxing for every single building, especially in an online lobby.
All right, not every single building. How about certain buildings? Because in GTA 4 they had that with a lot of buildings.
I would like to see some return to some type of you know what I'm saying, building access. Maybe not every single building, but maybe maybe I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but
yeah,
maybe
I'll just let them because they know.
It's good to be optimistic, but what I will say though is this, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me one second. All right, but would you agree with me when I say like GTA is like a legendary game, of legendary stature, right?
Yes, I agree. Like they've cemented themselves as a legendary game.
Arguably, probably one of the best open world games ever made.
Yeah, I mean they've had so many classics under their belt at this point.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you would agree with me. Arguably one of the best open world games ever made. If you look at other games that have been released of legendary stature, we haven't even gotten a sequel to them yet. Like, or it took even longer. Like I can compare. Like you can easily compare this to Kingdom Hearts 3. Mm-hmm. And because Kingdom Hearts took way longer than 7 years to even get into early development.
Took God knows how long. I think what was it? Between Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3, more like 12, 13 years.
Yeah,
excluding side games, obviously.
Mm-hmm. But like even like say aside from that, we can go like look at like Half-Life 2, and the ban for Half-Life 3, another game of legendary stature with no sequel anywhere to be found. I mean, like I could keep going, but I'm sure you go.
Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying.
But yeah, these kind of games take a lot of time to make. I'm not really rushing them. I feel like whenever it's ready, it's gonna be ready. And yeah,
I'll definitely like to see what they do with it though, because it's gonna be interesting.
Like, in the meantime, I'm gonna be playing Cyberpunk anyway, so it's not like I'm gonna be dying over something to play.
Oh yeah.
You know, I believe also, this is also just a little side note. I believe the dev said Cyberpunk is still on track to release on time during this pandemic.
Oh well, hopefully it does, considering how many people like really want to play it and how much people would like it, especially in these times.
There's a lot of great games that are going to be coming out over the next few years. I mean, shit, we haven't even seen the lineup for the next gen launch. You know what I mean?
I know.
So we could have a lot of good games to hold us over into GTA 6, and I feel like Cyberpunk is going to be one of those games.
Mm-hmm. We'll just have to wait and see. In all honesty,
we just have to wait and see. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. I feel like that's a good place to you know what I'm saying, transition away from that topic.
Because now we're moving from GTA 6 to Nintendo.
Yep. All right. So I guess I should go ahead. I can introduce this one. So apparently, there's been a Nintendo Switch firmware update recently that basically adds in a couple new things that are pretty interesting. Well, the first thing that they added was something that should have been in the Switch from day one. It was the ability to transfer data over from your Switch to an SD card. Right.
To be honest, I was actually surprised that they just added it in an update 2 or 3 years later. But hey, better late than never. I said never.
And this allows you to transfer DLC and the actual game in itself. But what it does not allow you to do is transfer videos or photos. Mm-hmm. I mean, that could have been cool. But hey,
it could have been nice. But it's not something I'm gonna lose sleep over.
True.
Yeah, but the biggest one that I think, well, it's arguable. So now you can remap the buttons on the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons or controller, whatever it is that you're using.
Indeed.
So, for example, if, like me, because this is on PlayStation, right? If one of your buttons, for some reason, is a little bit retarded, like, you know, it got out of the bunch weird, like my controller has, you can remap that button to another button that works so that you can at least play it. Or to remap it to a button that's more comfortable. Like me personally, whenever I play first-person shooters nowadays, for some reason I like to switch my jump button to the L3 button, just so that I can jump and aim at the same time. But now you can do stuff like that on the Nintendo Switch, which
it's cool. I think this is the first Nintendo system I think that's ever been able to remap control buttons, right? I believe, right?
I think so. I haven't
first one I know of. Anyways, I think it's cool. I think that it's nice, but I feel like what also would have been nice is maybe some type of application that can maybe be used to defer Joy-Con drift, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I feel like the technology might be there, but like if they have some type of technology where it's like, okay, I feel like I have drift in this Joy-Con, maybe it would do something similar to like canceling out certain programs when it sees that like maybe this direction has been held for this amount of seconds, so it cancels it out or whatever.
Yeah, but like they've had the software and the technology for years now. So to me, I think like wouldn't they have if that was possible, wouldn't they have released that already?
No, not necessarily, because Nintendo does not like to acknowledge the problems with their console. I mean, they just don't. Like whenever Nintendo has problems with their console, they make up for it by dropping a Nintendo Direct and announce
you'll still buy it.
And announce like a fucking Dragon Quest game.
Yeah,
shut the fuck up. Fire Emblem DLC,
like
shut the fuck up. Like, there you go. Pokemon DLC, shut the fuck up. Smash Bros DLC, shut the fuck up.
Oh
please.
wait, here's some more news on Metroid Prime 4. Shut the fuck up.
No, but like literally, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. But yeah, no, the Joy-Con issue is a big issue. It's personally affected me. I know it's affected you and quite a few people you know. And there's also a class action lawsuit against Nintendo currently, like now, about this shit. So I feel like I don't know if the technology exists to do something like that, but I feel like that would be something that definitely the Switch needs definitely like now, for sure.
Yes, I agree. Joy-Con drift is not fun to deal with at all, especially if you're playing certain games.
It's not.
Like
you can't play no first person shooters, especially if you got drift on like no my shit is really I got drift on the right stick, bro.
The one that you aim with.
The one that I aim with, bro.
Oh fuck, that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, so it's like it's just a nuisance to play with. Nuisance to play with. Like, but anyways,
yeah. That's basically. I was gonna just say like I only have ever had drift with a third party controller, never with the actual Joy-Cons yet, and I don't want to jinx myself, so I'm just gonna stop talking about it.
But all right, I think that's about it for that. There was some other things they released with that firmware update, such as like new icons for your profile photo and things like that, but it wasn't anything like major.
No, it's not really
nothing
big.
major. But yeah, anyway, I think it's time to move on from the gaming section. Let's step away from that for a second. And we got to pick up from where we left off in the last episode, I believe. Yes. We're talking about My Hero Academia.
Season 4 is officially wrapped up. It's in the books. And My Hero has left us off, if you've seen the last episode, it has left us off with a weird foreshadowing, if you could say. So, once again, before we discuss this, spoiler alert if you have not seen My Hero.
Yep. We might not be going over every individual plot point from the last couple arcs because we have covered it in previous episodes for certain things, but I feel like we're mainly just going to focus on the overall like last episode, maybe the last half of the season, and then at the end we're probably just going to give a final grade and we're going to leave it at that.
So for now, anyway, with that out of the way, in the last episode, right after the credits rolled, there was a scene in which Deku was, I guess, having a dream. And
you want to go right straight to that?
Yeah,
like,
I want to go straight to that.
You don't even care about the contents of the actual episode.
No, all that Endeavor shit. Can fuck. No, I'm kidding.
But no, we gotta at least mention Endeavor and Hawks. Like we didn't even mention Hawks at all, and that guy was actually kind of cool. Like I thought his character design was really dope. I thought his quirk was very unique.
I thought he was.
I like how he uses his feathers and shit. It's nice.
I was gonna say I thought he was like a perfect character to elevate Endeavor and like start to transition to become that #1 hero that he essentially has now become after that fight.
Is that like his sidekick? Is that who he is?
I'm assuming,
or that's just his friend.
No, I think it's sidekick, not friend.
Okay. Well, anyways, I think the character Hawks looks way like super badass. Endeavor looks badass too, but I'm not gonna hold you. It's like I'm not a manga reader yet. I'm trying to get into the manga currently, but I thought Endeavor was about to get clapped, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. I thought he's about to get clapped right at the end of the season. Clapped.
Yo,
how crazy would that would have been, bro? If he just got clapped the last episode of the season and it just ended.
Yo, that would have been fucking. Yo, that would have been terrifying.
No more episodes for a year. But no, he didn't get clapped. He actually won the fight.
Thank goodness.
Thanks to the help, you know what I'm saying, from all the other heroes and Hawks and everybody doing their thing. I thought it was very cool to see the return of the Nomus. I thought that the whole idea that there are multiple Nomus all around the world,
and now people
and the whole idea that they're playing into that. Yeah, and it's like I don't know. We don't know the situation with the heroes in other countries because the show is focused in Japan, so we don't know what the American Hero Union looks like. We don't know what the fucking European Union looks like. We don't know what any of that looks like. So,
Well,
are they as strong as the ones in Japan? You know
that's
what I mean?
the thing with shows like this. Like, they only look at it from the perspective of Japan. And then when you really think about it, like, do you think in the other world, like in other places in the world, like in America, Europe, South America, Africa, Russia, all these big places, they probably have their own heroes too.
True.
And like, there's one thing that I was thinking about, like, if All Might is like the number one hero, is he the number one hero in the world? Like, imagine. I
don't know.
Imagine, like, if in like America, there's like one that is like on his power level,
if not, you know what I'm saying, stronger,
or if not stronger, yeah.
Nah, All Might's retired now. He can't really do shit. He but watch. But,
pretty much.
But yeah, I thought the whole Nomu thing was interesting. I never expected to see Nomu ever again.
Yeah, me either.
After that one fight.
Yeah, and I thought it was really good to like give Endeavor like character development right there. Be like, you know what? If I have to be number one hero, I don't want everyone like to hate me.
But they were doing character development in the episode prior as well, when he interacted with Todoroki and when he was sitting down watching them practice, I believe, for the prelims.
Yeah,
I thought that was very interesting character development. Actually, no, that whole episode was character development in the last one, because it literally starts off in Todoroki's house, and they're talking about. First of all, I didn't even know he had siblings.
Me either did I, in all honesty.
But basically, I kind of from what I've seen, I kind of gotten the gist from what Endeavor did to his family, and that was basically he was trying to breed the perfect hero, and he didn't get it right the first 2 times, but he got it right the third time. And I guess he just like I don't know the current relationship. I don't know if he just abandoned them. I don't know what's the deal.
I feel like he didn't abandon them, more so like he just didn't, like, I guess, care about like them not being like the heroes to like guess succeed him.
See, I was gonna go with the I don't care mentality too, but then I saw like the roses or the flowers or whatever he left, and then I'm like, what's the deeper meaning to this? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I definitely know that his kids have some type of animosity towards him. I definitely know that that reason that Todoroki has that burn mark on his face is probably because of his dad.
Yeah.
Right. I don't really know how this is gonna come into play. Like, I wonder if Todoroki's the youngest? Is he the youngest in his family?
So he's the youngest.
So I wonder if he is the youngest. I wonder if he's really gonna be the strongest out of his family group unit. You know what I mean? Like, what if his brother has like a second like boost or sister?
Yeah.
We don't even know their. I mean, we kind of know their powers, but we don't really know their powers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. But you know what's one attention to detail that I did like?
Talk to me.
You remember that scene where I think Endeavor was bringing Nomu up so that he used his attack so it didn't hurt the city, like that big ball of fucking flame. If you saw like Todoroki, he was like shivering because he was wondering if his dad was actually like, you know, going to
about
like,
the kamikaze and shit.
Yeah. And like, I think that attention to detail kind of shows, like, you know, despite anything that's happened beforehand with his upbringing and how his father probably wasn't there, or like he just expected too much out of him, he still cares about him. Like, if he was still very concerned on if he was just gonna go away and he was just gonna die protecting everybody. And when they finally showed that he was okay, Todoroki was just incredibly relieved. Like, despite all of that, he still cares about him.
I thought that was a nice arc. I feel like Todoroki got a lot of development in that too, because it just kind of explained the whole context, his whole family context, and just explains the dynamic that, you know what I'm saying, his parents play in his lives and his brothers and sister plays in his lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was a nice episode. I didn't expect it to go like that, to be honest, at all. Like, I didn't expect the episode to start up in Todoroki's house or nothing like that. It kind of made me wonder, like, maybe next season are we gonna get more development from some of these other characters that haven't gotten much development yet. Like, I want to see more on the shorty, the invisible girl. I want to see more on the shorty with the pink skin. I want to see more on the dude with the electricity. I forget their names.
Denki. I know the guy with the electricity is Denki. The other two I completely forgot their names.
But like, yeah, I want to see more development from other characters, because as much as I like Deku and I like
And we
the
did get
immediate
some
cast of characters. Yeah, as much as I like the immediate cast of characters, I also just want to see more time just given to some of these side characters because I feel like they have interesting backgrounds and interesting upbringings, and I want to see their family dynamic now. Because now that I've seen Todoroki's family dynamic, I'm like, shit.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, you know what I mean, who else, maybe one of the other kids in the school has a father that's also a hero that we don't know about, or, you know what I mean?
Or who knows, maybe there's a kid that hasn't had any parents at all.
Yeah, or maybe there's a kid whose father's a fucking villain.
Yeah, who knows?
And he's in the school.
Like, these are things that they could do with the students, and I think it would be nice to see. But then again,
this is all speculation. This is all speculation,
yes,
honestly.
and also keep in mind, we haven't read the manga, so...
True. But before we get into the final grade, I just want to just quickly discuss about the last scene that you mentioned at the very beginning. That dream scene with Deku.
With all the other...
What the fuck does that mean, bro? What does that mean?
I was so confused when
all the other all for one users, right?
Well,
that's what those people were, right?
Yes, that's what I'm assuming.
All for one users.
Because I saw the All Might's freaking older teacher. I keep forgetting her name, but it was her, and then I assumed the guy says, "So you're the 9th user." And then afterwards, he grabs his hand, and then the window breaks, and then Deku's hand starts like pulsating with One for All.
I'm very curious to know what kind of context that's gonna like lead to in the next season, because I will say this, right? This season, Deku has grown a whole lot.
Yes,
I've said this the last time we discussed My Hero. I'll say it again. He's grown a whole lot. Now he can pretty much fight for the most part without having to, you know what I'm saying, destroy his own body. Mm-hmm. He has the gloves. He has, you know what I'm saying, he has the boots. He's pretty in terms of like hurting himself. He's pretty safe now.
Yeah, like he's
pretty safe.
A decent amount of the power of One for All to be incredibly strong in the way he is now.
But I wonder if this event at the end of this last season is going to lead to anything that this may be, you know what I'm saying, this little push he needs to unlock his full potential.
Maybe.
Potentially. Mm-hmm. And just see where this goes. I see this is why this last episode made me really want to read the manga, honestly. Just because I want to know what happens. Like, does Deku become a full badass like while he's still in school, or does the school arc come to an end? You know what I mean? Like, is there ever gonna come to a point where it's like school is out of session, you've graduated, you're a full-time hero now. Mm-hmm. This is no longer an academia. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's gonna
you're a hero.
That's gonna be like a huge time skip, don't you think? Because there's still like.
But I don't. But like I said, I don't know what's gonna happen. There could be a time skip next season for all we know.
Yeah, for all we know, there might be. Might pull an Naruto Shippuden all out of nowhere. But like 3 years later, they finally graduated. But
no, basically what I'm trying to say is I'm very curious to see what happens next. I can't wait for season 5.
Yes.
As much as I enjoy reading manga, I will say the anime just is better to me, just because I can see a full animated expression of how what was laid down on paper was meant to be viewed.
Yeah. Like, as much as I like still images, whether it's comic books, manga, or anything of that sort, seeing it animated in real time is just more preferable, especially for action.
Yeah, but it's not just that. You seeing it animated, you're hearing it.
Yeah.
You're visually, you can hear the music, the theme. You know what I mean? Like, you can't listen. Like, what am I supposed to? Am I supposed to read the manga while listening to the fucking anime openings?
Yeah, bro. Apparently.
That's trash, bro. Just pull up My Hero Academia soundtrack. Just pull up the 30 songs and just bump that whole shit while reading the manga.
Just play up their fucking regular theme whenever they're in school.
It's not the same, man.
Yeah,
it's not
really
the same.
Isn't. That's why.
But anyways, I think we should give this a grade now, and we're gonna wrap it up here.
All right.
Right?
So, My Hero season 4.
Let me think about this for a second.
Because I know my grade.
All right, I think I got my grade too.
All right, so.
All right, do you want to hold it? Let's say it at the same time, okay?
All right. On the count of 3, ready?
So let's get some context. We're giving them little grades, like we're in
that's how we do
school,
it
like we're professors. All right, cool.
Yes. All right.
On 3.
1,
2,
3. A
minus. All right, cool. Close enough.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna give it an A, because I really did enjoy this season a lot. And seeing Eri like happy and then Endeavor, that was I'll give it an A. I'll give it an
This season was prime anime. This season is prime anime. This is like this whole season of My Hero is basically.
I mean, it's some of the best My Heroes produced, in my opinion.
It is some of the best My Hero produced, but it's also like this is everything I like about shonen anime done right. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of development going on. There's definitely a lot of action. There's a lot of emotion, and there's a lot of story to be told. So I really am interested to see what happens in the next season. Hopefully it comes back around 2021 with no problems. Hopefully this corona isn't fucking on my anime too, or else I'm going to be really pissed.
It better not. I mean, it already put Demon Slayer's manga on hold. Yeah, boy.
Wah, wah, wah. Shit. All right. Well, anyways.
Anyway, I think it's time for the wrap-up, my guy. That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. So let's do the wrap-up then. All right, guys. Well, if you enjoyed this podcast, Loading Podcast, episode 31, make sure you go ahead and give us a thumbs up if you're watching the video version. Make sure you give us a 5-star rating on iTunes if you're listening to it. Make sure you can check out our other platforms. We are on pretty much anywhere else you listen to podcasts, which includes Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iTunes, Anchor, Anchor.fm. Pretty much anywhere else. You can definitely find us. Also, make sure you check out the video version, which goes live every Monday morning on my YouTube channel, which is at Aaron Ryder, ARANRYDER. Once again, that is ARANRYDER. You can find my guy over here at...
You can find me at Arthur_ASP or ArthurASP on most social media platforms. You can also find me on YouTube and Twitch and under Flying Rye, where I'll just be... If you find me on Twitch, I'm just going to be streaming some random stuff.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's about it, guys.
I think that's about it, yeah.
Episode 31 of the Loading Podcast. Once again, guys, if you enjoyed, make sure you do all that good stuff. But as always, my name is AJ.
And my name is Arthur.
And this has been the Loading Podcast. Y'all have a good one.
See you next time.